All right, today we're going to be talking about should I track what I eat? I'm Emmie Ann Love, owner of Blissfully Healthy Wellness Coaching and motivational speaker. And today we're talking about should I track my food? This is a question I get a lot from clients when they first get started in private coaching or group coaching. And the work that we do here in Blissfully Healthy Land in the Living Blissfully Healthy program is centered around healing emotional eating. So I'm going to be answering this question today based on that end result and the purpose around why we want to possibly journal our food. So should we do that or not? The biggest thing when it comes to healing emotional eating is that we don't want to be causing more restriction. Restriction is going to create more challenges around food. And so if you are wanting to journal your food or track your food to try to control what you're eating, to try to force yourself to not eat more food than to help you with losing weight, that could be problematic if we still have an emotional attachment to food. The reason is because when you journal your food, maybe you journal your food for one day, and then the next day you get distracted and you find that you didn't journal all your food. If we have that all or nothing mindset of like, oh, I failed again, I just can't seem to stick with this because I didn't journal my foods today, that could lead to emotional eating binge, stress eating, emotional eating backlash. And so for those reasons, to try to control what you're eating, it will always lead to an emotional eating backlash. It doesn't necessarily mean a day later, it could be weeks later, but there's a piece of rebellion that comes out, especially when stress happens. So if there's extra stress that starts to come in your life, you may find that you were journaling really well with your food, you were tracking what you were eating, but then that falls off. So that's a sign, again, that we want to work on the emotional attachments to food. So if we're journaling from the place of trying to control what we're eating, that rebellion will come in at some point because this is just an external tool. You don't want to have to journal your foods for the rest of your life so that you can control what you're eating and so that you can lose weight and keep it off. That sounds to me like a very miserable, miserable existence. And you are not here as a purpose to try to lose weight. That's not your purpose here on earth and being here alive, and it's not your purpose. So we want to get back to helping you have a meaningful and happy life. And if you're miserable journaling your foods, or if you're telling yourself, I should journal my foods because that's what all the other diets have told me to do, that's not going to be the most ideal purpose. And you will find that at some point you will struggle with staying motivated to journal your foods. Okay, so when is it helpful? Because journaling your foods or tracking your foods, that can actually be very helpful, very helpful. Again, we can't do it from a place of trying to control what you're eating. So that may sound like a very foreign thing to consider. Like, how do I journal my foods then? What's the mindset that I should be having that would work better? And so again, talking about this from the lens of healing emotional eating, what we need to do is shift. Sorry about that. We need to shift why we're journaling your foods. So why would you want to journal your foods? Because it's the most loving thing you can do for yourself. Because it's going to help you, give you more information about how do you feel when you eat certain foods. Do you feel more bloated? Do you feel like you have some acid or stomach problems? Do you feel tired? Do you feel groggy? Do you have headaches? And when you eat other foods, do you feel more alive and vibrant and healthy and full of energy? And does your mood change? Do you feel happier because of the food that you're eating? Certain foods can cause inflammation in our body, and it's different for everybody. I've had a couple of clients test highly reactive to turmeric. I've had a couple clients test highly reactive to lettuce. Celery, my own son is highly reactive to apples. So everybody's so different with what works for their body. So that's a loving reason to journal your foods, not to try to lose weight. And hold on a moment, I want to talk about the weight loss thing, not to try to control what you're eating or try to keep you from emotionally eating, because guess what? That's just another diet now that you've accidentally created. I'm going to journal my food so I don't overeat. I'm going to journal my food so that it forces me not to stress eat. We're just trying to control again. So I want to invite you to let go of that and instead do some emotional work around food. You can go back to last week, Wellness Wednesday, and I had a really good, powerful question in there that will help you in those moments when you feel like you want to emotionally eat. A really powerful question I like to give my clients. So check that out. We need to do that internal work first. We want to always think, why am I emotionally eating? Why am I stress eating? That's what we want to be working on first, okay? Now, once we do some of that mindset work, we can journal our foods, track our foods. You can say it both ways, they're the same thing. And the way that I've helped clients create that, I've actually created a format where clients can journal their foods and track what they're eating from a place of lifestyle mentality, which is one of the 5 puzzle pieces to healing emotional eating in the program. From a lifestyle mentality that actually works, where you won't find that you will rebel against it, but you'll actually come from a place of love for yourself. And like, I want to take good care of myself today. And from a place of empowerment. And yes, from that place, it is very helpful to journal your foods. The reason is because yes, it can help you release weight. Yes, absolutely. I've had clients release 20 pounds. I've had clients release 40 pounds. I've had a client release 93 pounds. I myself dropped 50 pounds in this similar process, in the same process. So weight loss can happen, but we have to always come back to this place of healing emotional eating, and mindset and emotional regulation tools are number one. And then we take a look at the food and look at food and what we want to be putting in our body from a place of love. Okay, so that way you don't feel deprived. So you don't feel deprived, and you're not having a ton of emotional cravings to eat. You're not having a lot of food cravings. There's nothing to fight. We want to help you stop fighting yourself. And that's what this can do. Okay, so that's helpful. One last thing of why it can also be helpful to track your food or journal your food is because if you're coming from a disordered eating background or chronic dieting, what you might feel is in your stomach, when you have food in your stomach, one of 2 things can happen. I've seen this a lot in my clients over the last 15 years, is that you can either feel comforted, a sense of emotional comfort with having a heavy stomach, right? Like satiated emotionally. And then it can feel uncomfortable for those individuals when their stomach feels lighter. And they may feel like, oh, I should eat. I need to eat right now. And they can mistake that for hunger. So that's a really good way to go about it, to experiment with that. And the format that I use with my clients gives them some nutritional guidance, helps them really be able to stick with it, but it also gives them the idea of, am I eating in the right balance? To help them specifically with that stomach satiety, readjusting to it. Because if you've been stress eating or chronic yo-yo dieting, you can form emotional attachments to, when I have a really full stomach, I overate and I'm bad and I'm wrong. But maybe that full stomach is because you just ate a large salad, right? But you can still feel like you shouldn't have eaten so much, even though the salad, wasn't a high caloric food. You can make a salad high caloric, but in this example, we're saying it's not high caloric. So that large feeling in your stomach, for some people, it can lead them back to that disordered mindset of, I ate too much, I am bad, I emotionally ate, I stress ate. And it was a salad that really was healthy, and it wasn't overeating when we look at the calorie wise. Okay, so that's one of those reasons. And then for those individuals, it also helps them see, oh, wow, there's so much I can eat. I need to be eating more. Wow, I really don't feel like I'm starving. Wait a minute, I don't have to starve myself to release weight and heal emotional eating? No, you don't. And so that's what helps to retrain the brain and retrain your eyes and how you feel with the food in your stomach. So those are all great reasons to track your food. And as a side effect, weight loss can happen. And as a side effect, you will feel in charge of your eating. We don't want to control it, because that's just like willpower, and that's never going to be enough willpower to help you stick with that for a lifetime. But from a place of being in charge around your food, and the cravings fall away, and you don't want to emotionally eat anymore. That's what I want to happen for you. That is freedom. Okay, so yes, tracking your food can be helpful when you're wanting to build that awareness, when you can ask yourself out of curiosity, how do I feel when I eat these certain foods? I wonder if I will still want to eat such and such after I eat these other foods. And again, this is something we go into detail in the Living Blissfully Healthy program. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I love being here for the Wellness Wednesdays. Feel free to send me a message if you have a question, and I will answer it next time or in a future Wellness Wednesday, so that you can get some coaching and to help you with moving forward in your wellness journey. So thank you so much for being here and watching this video. And if you got something from it, feel free to subscribe on my YouTube channel, and also feel free to share it with somebody who could use this message. All right, take great care of yourself. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.